the system is designed in a way that it can be abused easily. Hindi ka nag-iisa sa ganyan.
Yeah.
Ang dami ko ng mga ganyan.
Yun din, kasi I'm pretty sure parang bangga lang to. Paano kaya yung ibang gusto talagang i-bend yung rules, di ba? Anong like give me like mga instances na talagang it's really terrible for them?
For example, when search warrants, let me just clarify, hindi ko naman nilalahat ang lahat ng pulis, ha? Meron naman maayos na pulis na...
Naka-mark yung description, yung disclaimer na yan sa buong episode natin.
I have friends in the police force, and then there are very professional people there.
Yes.
But I'm talking about those who aren't that kind. It is, I can talk about this now because it happened long time ago. Okay. Mahabang kwento to.
Daming disclaimer.
I was
daming preamble.
I was staying at that time in like a parang townhouses na marami makakatabi.
Got it.
I was about to leave my house to go to my office when one of the drivers of the other owners comes to me with a tabloid. Oh, sir, di ba yan yung kapitbahay natin? So I look at the picture, said, oh nga, parang ano yun, foreigner na I think Taiwanese, something like that. And I look at the newspaper and it says, Shabu Laboratory raided in Laguna.
Wow, okay.
But when we see it, I said, katabi natin yan. Baka naman meron dyan na...
oo nga.
Yung chemicals that, could be...
harmful, yeah.
Okay. So, it so happened that one of our... may kilala kami doon na related sa PNP. So I said, sabihin mo sa amo mo na dapat tawagan niya ang PNP para at least go through the right motions, get the search warrant and check. So, sure. I leave for my office, I come back in the evening. And as I came into the place, I saw these guys standing in the one corner. And because of my experience in law, I've been practicing for so long, immediately alam ko police sila.
Okay.
So I park and I approach them. Sabi ko, boss, CIDG kayo, no? And they said, oh, sir. I don't know if they recognized me or not at that time. I said, ba't kayo nandito? Mag-serve kami ng warrant. Okay. Sabi ko, yung unit. Oh, sir. Sabi nila sa akin. Maganda yun. Thanks for doing that. Kailan niyo serve? Bukas. Bukas. Kasi wala pa po media.
Oh my God. Hinihintay.
Okay, so next morning, I'm about to leave again for my office, and I look out the window, and the place is full of media and full of government officials right outside. So I'm like, maybe I shouldn't go out first. Okay, so I'm watching from the window, and they execute the search warrant and start bringing out, those huge trash bags. Huge, as big as this table.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, mga 8.
Okay.
Yun daw yung chemical na ginagamit to make shabu. And I was like, oh my gosh, that was right beside. Madaling masunog yan eh. It's highly flammable. Oh my gosh, they
were just stashing it there.
It was just here all the time. So fine. When they leave, I also leave for my office. I come back in the evening, and I thought, tapos na yung search.
Yeah.
When you conduct a search, when you execute the search warrant, you're only allowed to get what is stated in the warrant.
Okay.
So it says illegal drugs, ganyan.
So anything related to that, yeah.
And I saw a guy coming out from that place carrying a electric fan.
Wow.
And then carrying other personal belongings. Sabi ko, ba't niya dala-dala yan? And then he looks at me and just smiles and gets in his car and leaves. Now, I wasn't sure if he was a police officer or not kasi hindi naman siya naka-uniform. But, I mean, just by, inaisip ko lang, if he came from that place where the place was searched, and then I was talking to our neighbors after, and they said, oh, the place is cleaned out. There's nothing left inside.
Oh my God. Grabe.
This happened many years ago.
Wow.
Okay, and I can't give you any other details.
Grabe yun. So, kung police nga sila, they're very much bending the rules na and everything. It's such a, such a scary thing to even kind of imagine what they can do to you or what how vulnerable you are because, they have the ability to do that. So I have this theory na feeling ko, we're running out of good people in the country. A lot of people migrate. Our nurses na cream of the crop, they don't stay here.
Yeah.
Parang ganong klase. So do you think it's the same thing with law enforcement din kaya? Do we not get the best of the best people in law enforcement? Parang wala pa ako narinig na tipong, summa cum laude ka sa UP, saan ka pupunta? I'm gonna do a career in the police. Parang ganon. Wala masyadong ganon, ano?
What saddened me was during the war on drugs, at the height of the war on drugs, I was hearing stories of the good cops, some of whom I knew,
Yeah.
who were studying abroad or even finding ways to find work abroad because they couldn't stomach also what was happening
yeah.
in that time.
Oh my God. Grabe. It was so ganun din. We also lose them to other countries. Kasi yun din yung parang, it's such a recurring theme. When we talk about issues, parang feeling ko, kulang tayo sa, kung basketball team to, we're losing our star players to other countries. Diba? So, parang pinakakita dun ko rin, yung national team ng basketball, ganyan. Parang, okay, may dalawang player na hindi makakalaro na magaling, you immediately feel the impact. Eh. So, I feel like parang, ganoon lang yung way ko to explain na we don't just need leadership, we also need that the people na actually nag-execute is also very competent and very good. Diba? So, I don't know kung paano.
Magandang analogy.
Yeah.
Kasi, for example, there are so many countries who are willing to help us with law enforcement. They're willing to provide equipment, training,
I didn't know
to
this.
upgrade our system. But it's like we're playing basketball against another country. They have the best scientific approach to the game. And here we are, we just pick up people off the street and say,
Nakaasa lang tayo sa talent nila, parang ganun.
Magaling bumalya to. Sige, kunin natin yan. Ganon.
Yeah.
When really, what we need is just a very simple, classic approach. There's a crime, we have to figure out who did it. Ganon kasimple lang yan.
You think it's just training?
It's
Would solve
training,
that, yeah.
that's mindset and training.
Then
I'll
culture.
give an example.
Okay.
In countries like the US, when someone is killed, let's say, and they didn't see the actual killing, they have to figure out who did it. Then they'll look at
Definitely.
the family, other people who might be, then they'll ask them, where were you when this happened? And they'll check out the alibi.
Yeah.
If it's clear, okay, this guy couldn't have done it because he was seen by 50 people in a concert, sure.
May alibi.
Then they'll only go after the people na talagang may basis.
Yeah.
In our country, I've never seen, in my experience, I've never seen police check out an alibi.
Wow.
What makes it worse is that in our jurisprudence, in decisions ng court, ang daming cases yan, sabi ng Supreme Court, alibi is a weak defense. But, I've handled cases for a lot of poor people. Their only defense is alibi.
Yeah,
They'll come to me and they'll say, Attorney, hindi ko ginawa yan. Bakit? Wala naman ako dun eh. Nasa ibang probinsya ako, nasa ganito ako. But if I use that defense, then the judge has a convenient excuse to convict. Alibi is a weak defense. Attorney Joke, no, you know that. So why are you doing this? Siguro wala ka ng ebidensya.
Why is it deduced na weak defense ang alibi?
That's one thing I have personally been, that's one thing I want to change.
Okay.
Because that's my point. Okay yan, if the police actually check out alibi to screen you out.
Okay.
Fine. If they checked out your alibi, didn't, then you still insist when the case reaches court that you use an alibi defense, mahina talaga yun.
Okay, gets.
But if they didn't even bother to check your alibi, do you know the case of the Visconde case?
Yes. Hubert
Where Webb was in the States, remember?
Yeah. They had videos and
initially,
everything,
the lower court judge rejected that alibi.
Wow.
Because, sabi niya, it's not physically impossible that he could charter a private jet and come back to the Philippines.
kung i-check mo lang lahat ng possibility,
That's what I mean about weak, yung alibi sa weak defense. Na kahit na ganon, hindi pa rin sapat. Come on, I mean, we need to upgrade that and modernize.
I mean,
our
siguro
system.
hindi na sila aabot sa trial if the law enforcement checked out the alibi. Parang ganun ba yung... So pag umabot ka sa trial, pag ginamit pa rin yung alibi mo, that's when it becomes weak.
That's when I would agree that
Yeah.
it's weak kung ganon. But
Pero hindi.
hindi.
Oo.
And do you need a law to change that? No.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you just need someone, the coach or the owner
Tama,
of the
tama,
team
oo,
to say, okay,
enforcement lang, oo.
mula ngayon ha,
Hindi na yan, ano.
checkin natin lahat ng alibay.
Yeah.
And then ensure, chinek mo ba talaga?
So, judges would say na tipong, okay, meron kaming 5 witness and selfies na nandito kami sa ibang lugar ng time na to.
As a practicing lawyer, even if I had a good alibi defense, I wouldn't even say the word alibi in court.
Talaga?
Because if I say it and the judge latches onto that, I'm giving him a chance to convict my client. And
then wala tayong
talo na
ano dito
ako.
ba? Like the judges talaga. Wala tayong jury.
Wala.
Wala tayong ganun, di ba? Do you think that's something that we should apply or?
That's one thing that's really a weird thing that happened when we were colonized by America. Because what happened, di ba? Spain muna tayo. Then Spain imposed their laws on us.
Yes.
Our civil code, our penal code, lahat yan galing Spain.
Okay.
When we were ceded by Spain to America, they didn't change those laws, but they changed our court procedure.
Oh, okay.
They got from America yung rules ng courts doon and put it here. Kaya naging adversarial system tayo, prosecution, defense,
Prosecution,
etc.
defense, yeah.
Problem is, the rules that they put in here were designed for a jury. But we never had a jury ever since.
Oh, wow.
So when I teach law, I tell the law students, my young law students, pag kayo naging abogado, pwede ba, palitan na natin tong rules natin kasi hindi pang atin to eh. Wala naman tayong jury.
Tama.
But unfortunately, that's not something that the legal community has been cognizant of.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, how about you? Do you feel like you should have something like that? Or ibahin natin para mag-fit to a more...
I don't think we can adopt the same kind of jury system as America. Kasi magastos yun. You have 12 people in every case who will sit, then you have to pay them.
Kasi
won't be able
you're
to
pulling
work.
them out of their lives, di ba?
Papakainin mo pa yan, hotel mo pa yan. It's very costly. But there are some European countries that we can adopt. What they do is they have a civilian, not a lawyer, sit with the judge. He'll watch the proceedings and he or she can come out with their own decision. Or they can say, I fully agree with the judge, or I don't think that's right yung decision ni judge. Kasi nakita ko sa evidence, ganon. So it's more of a lay person's perspective, which we need. Because,
Parang input lang, parang ganun.
kasi the law in our country, only lawyers understand.
Yeah.
I go to court, ang kliyente ko may master's degree sa Harvard, pero business. Paglabas namin sa pre-trial, he or she will ask me the same question my poorest client will ask me. Attorney, anong nangyari? Hindi ko naintindihan yung English nyo eh. Because we speak such a special language na English.
Puro jargonized.
Jargon eh. And even members of the media, after a Supreme Court decision comes out, they'll call me, other lawyers, paki-explain nga, anong ibig sabihin nitong decision, di namin naintindihan.
Tama. Parang ano siya, should it be, so dapat may effort to translate it into like a better, kasi that's what you do with your vlog, di ba? Like there's so much effort, and hindi lang naman ikaw yung nagbibigay ng legal advice sa mga content and everything, di ba? Parating, in-explain mo siya in a such a way na, may ganun pala, gets ko to, okay, ganun pala yung mangyayari. Ito yung bounds and yung limits or yung situations na pwede mong i-apply ito and everything. And sometimes, na-apply ko na rin siya sa iba kong iniisip. Alam mo yun, hindi na siya parang ganun. So, do you think there should be more effort to educate people on the law?
I truly believe. And actually, Senator Miriam Defensor Santiago, way back, filed a bill that says that all laws should be written in plain English.
Oh my.
Agree ako dyan. It never passed committee.
Oh wow, talaga? Bakit? Because tedious lang, ganun?
I don't know.
Oh.
Kaya hindi naging batas yan.
So, TikToker ang mag-save sa atin. Lahat ng mga TikToker dyan, ayusin nyo. Minsan mag-sift through ako, dapat i-organize nyo yung mga ganun. Pero minsan nga may mga like silly things na nakita ko sa TikTok na like, okay, yung sanga nung mangga ng kapitbahay ko, nasa bakod ko na. Pag kinuha ko ba yung prutas, akin ba to? O
Uy,
sa kanya? May mga ganun, di ba?
Binlog ko yan.
Oh, yeah. Diba? May mga ganang klaseng mga stuff like ganun. So, ako parang, wow, what a great topic to talk about, di ba? So, yung mga things like that, na parang, okay, so may ganun palang klaseng batas. And dun ka mga fascinate na, wow, we have such great laws to, tawag dun, to safeguard a lot of like situations and everything. Pero hindi ko ramdam. Bakit ganun? Diba?
Hindi ka nag-iisa. and you know, it's sad kasi we have the capability, kaya naman natin gawin yan. Yun lang, it needs a mindset and it needs
Focus.
to be put as part of the priority.
Okay. Why is it the part of the priority has been is it something that they don't even touch or more of like parang they discussed it and then parang okay, mas importante itong ibang issues na to or talagang they prefer it that way?
It only happens once in a rare while that bills are proposed to strengthen the justice system.
Okay.
Yung to address the systemic flaws that we're talking about. Part of the reason, as I mentioned, is there are people who don't want accountability.
Okay, yeah. Okay.
And the other part is, you know, when you have a justice system that works, you empower ordinary people. Pag yung manggagawa, kinilala mo yung rights niya, or yung indigenous person, or LGBTQIA+ community, you're empowering them.
Yeah.
And after practicing law for 3 decades, ang feeling ko, there are people in our country, they just want to have all the power themselves.
Yeah. Parang, kapit sa patalim type of mentality na rin. Kasi I've been abused this way. So, if I gain more power, I can protect my family more. Parang ganun na yung nangyayari. Instead of like, having hope. Or, di ba?
That's the same reason for me why there are people who really insult human rights and make it like, baliwala yung
Parang
human
baliwala,
rights na yan.
exactly.
Wag natin, walang pakian. It's because they don't want accountability. That's really what human rights represents. And rich people, powerful people, they don't need human rights.
Yeah.
Who needs human rights? It's the marginalized in our country. Though the people are always abused, always the victims of oppression.